Hey, I'm Nate, the Education Programs Manager here at the Clinton Foundation.
And I'm Kathleen, the Education Specialist at the Clinton Presidential Library.
Kathleen, it's so good to see you today. Why don't you tell our viewers why we're here today?
Well, I'm really excited because we're going to be reading part of a really cool book, which is Billy Schur, Kid Entrepreneur by Luke Sharp. And we're going to be reading chapter 7, so we should get started.
Yeah, it's my favorite chapter. It's called Motorbeds and Super Sleds. Let's get started. Boy, was I wrong. Manny gets the website up and running quickly. Then he goes through all the media contacts, television reporters, magazine writers, website editors that he collected when everyone wanted to do stories about the All Ball. I'm pretty sure he even has celebrities like Dustin Peeler and Carl Barrett on his list of contacts. He sends them a press release about Sure Thing's next big thing, and the word spreads quickly. In no time at all, we're getting so many videos from kids all over the world that the website crashes. Even though Manny makes the rules really clear, kids only, original videos and ideas only, useful inventions only, there are still tons of videos. At the office, sipping multi-flavored sodas, Manny and I start watching the videos together, taking notes on our computers.
One of the first videos that arrives on the website is from a kid in Canada. He's standing in his bedroom, waving at his computer's camera. "Hello," he says. "My name is Mark, and I'd like to tell you my idea for Sure Thing's next big thing." Mark jumps onto his bed. "Has this ever happened to you? You're lying in bed, snuggled under the covers. You're warm. You're cozy. You're happy." Mark gets under the covers and pulls them up to his chin, looking very warm and cozy indeed. But then your mom yells, "Mark, hurry up. You have to go to your piano lesson." Mark screams this part in a high-pitched voice. Then he speaks in his normal voice again. "Now you have to get out of your nice, cozy bed." Or do you? Mark gets out of his bed and approaches the camera. Not if you have a motor for your bed. Just attach a motor to your bed and then you can drive it anywhere. You'll never have to get out of your warm, cozy bed again.
Mark moves even closer to his computer, reaching to shut it off. I can see up his nostrils, and I wish I couldn't. Thank you for your attention. Please help me make the motorbed Sure Thing's next big thing. Manny turns to me. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Definitely. Is there anyone who loves getting out of bed when you're all snuggled up under the covers? I say. But I see one major problem. What's that? Doors. How would you get through them? We'd either have to make larger doors or smaller beds. It's too complicated. Good point, Manny agrees. Next. In the next video, a girl holds up a sock. I present the no wash sock.
I've come up with a material that's so slick, dirt can't stick to it. So your socks always look nice and clean. She moves a little closer to the camera. But I could use your help with two small problems. One, the socks are so slick they slide around in your shoes. Two, even though they look clean, these socks start to smell after not being washed for a week or two. Manny and I laugh. "So they're clean, but they're hard to wear and they stink," he says. "I think we'll put that in the no pile," I say. "Or the dirty laundry pile," Manny adds. He clicks on another video. This one's from a kid all the way in Finland. "Hello," he says, standing outdoors and waving. "My name is Franz. Tired of your plain old sled? Then why not try Franz's super sled?" Like a regular sled, Franz's super sled slides down snowy hills, but it slides super fast. Then the video cuts to a shot of Franz at the top of a hill. He waves, pulls goggles down over his eyes, gets on the sled, and pushes off. Zoom! Crash! Manny and I grimace as we watch the sled zoom down the hill as fast as a cheetah flying on a jet plane and then crash into the snowbank at the bottom of the hill.
I'm okay, Franz calls as he climbs out of the snow. Snow way on that invention, says Manny, laughing at his little joke. Too dangerous. The ideas just keep coming. A boy submits an idea for a pencil that does all your homework for you, although the prototype keeps going rogue and scribbling all over his walls and even his parents. Too many bugs to work out. A girl suggests bubblegum that's stretchy enough that you can blow bubbles as big as a hot air balloon, but when the bubble pops, it covers the chewer in gum goo. The inventor had to shave off all her hair. Too sticky.
We watch another video about shoes that can take over for your legs, allowing you to run incredibly fast and jump incredibly high. I think that idea sounds really cool, but Manny quickly points out that it's way too dangerous. Manny and I watch so many videos that I feel like I need a new pair of eyeballs. They hurt so much. We start to see ideas more than once. It's amazing that even though two kids live on opposite sides of the planet, that they both come up with the same idea about pants with springs in them so you can bounce on your butt. My no column is a lot longer than my maybe column, I tell Manny.
Mine too. But that's good, Manny replies. We don't need thousands of ideas. In fact, we really only need one terrific one. We keep watching until we feel as though our eyes are going to fall out of our skulls. Many of the videos are too dark or too light or out of focus. Sometimes the person steps out of the picture, so you're just staring at a wall. A lot of times the audio is hard to understand, but while we're watching all these videos, more keep arriving, and more and more. Just keeping track of which ones we've watched is hard enough. Help, Manny moans. What's the matter? No, I mean, we need help, he explains. We can't spend all our time watching these videos from the website. I've got other things to do. Okay, I say, nodding, but where are we going to get help? Who can watch all these videos for us? Philo? He kind of has a short attention span. Hearing his name, Philo looks up from his doggy bed. When he realizes I'm not giving him a treat, he plops his head back down.
I've got an idea about who we can get, Manny says. No way, genius, Emily says, making the kind of face she usually reserves for Dad's stuffed sardines. I have no interest in hanging out with you and your math whiz buddy in a hot, smelly garage. I am standing in my sister's bedroom, pleading my case while she lies on her bed putting polish on her toenails. Black polish, of course. It's not hot, I protest. It's air conditioned. We have to keep it cool for the computers. It's not smelly either. I mean, a lot of time it smells like pizza, but that's not smelly. That's delicious. I wrinkle my nose. Nail polish is way stinkier than our office.
Forget it, she says. Close the door as you go. I have an idea. You know, you wouldn't have to work in our office. You can watch videos and take notes on them anywhere. Then you can email us your notes. And who knows, you might be a part of a really important new technology, one that changes the world. You mean like stinky, uncomfortable socks? I wish I hadn't talked to her about that at dinner. I decided to try a new tactic. You know, Manny is trying to get Dustin Peeler to sing a jingle for an all ball commercial. If he does it, maybe we could arrange for you to meet him. I already told you I'm not interested in meeting Dustin Peeler anymore. Now get out. I forgot she no longer is a Dustin Peeler fan. Emily changes her celebrity crushes so often, it's hard to keep up. Who do you like now? I ask. Maybe we could get him as a spokesperson or something. I like whoever picks you up and throws you out of my bedroom, she says, between blowing her toenails to dry. Most people probably can't blow on their toenails, but Emily used to be a gymnast.
I start to head out of her room. But then when I reach the door, I turn back. Did I mention you'll get paid? Emily looks up. How much? I tell her the first hourly wage Manny told me to say. She tries to look unimpressed, but I see her eyebrows flicker. I don't know, she drawls. Seems awfully low. I tell her the second hourly wage Manny told me to say. Take it or leave it. I'm sure we can find someone else. It's just that we'd rather have a family member since sometimes we talk about company secrets. Fine, she says. I'll take it, but don't tell anyone. I don't want the word to get out that I'm spending my afternoons working for two geeks. That's not a very nice thing to call your boss, I can't help saying. Boss, she says, making her stuffed sardine face again. Yuck. Hey, what will you call me? Emily, I say. Maybe Ninja Spider, although I'm thinking you need a new nickname.
She looks at me like I'm an idiot. No, I mean, like, what's my role going to be called at Sure Things Incorporated? Manny and I didn't discuss this. I don't know. Assistant? Emily looks even more disgusted. I wish her face would freeze like that for a few days. Assistant in charge of next big thing development? I suggest, trying to make it sound more important. She rolls her eyes. If I'm going to do this, I want to be vice president in charge of whatever you said. What do you mean if you do it? You already said you were going to do it. Am I vice president or not? I sigh. Manny is not going to like this. Fine. You can be vice president, but you still have to do what Manny and I tell you to do. I dodge a pillow she throws at me. Emily turns out to be a much faster at going through the videos than Manny and I were.
We felt like we had to watch the whole video, but Emily has no mercy. If the invention seems like a bad idea to her in the first few seconds, she goes on to the next video. She uses her own system to classify the videos. She calls it the DUMB system. Each video is given one of four labels. D for dumb, obviously. U for unoriginal. M for maybe. Manny and I watch all the M's. Or B for brilliant. So far, Emily hasn't given a B. There are way more D's than anything else. She must be wearing out the D key on her laptop. One afternoon, a few days later, Manny and I are in the office watching the videos Emily has tagged as M for maybe. We've divided them between us to make the work go faster. If either of us finds an idea we think is decent, we share it with the other one. We have earbuds in, so we can't hear each other's audio. But out of the corner of my eye, I can see Manny sit up straighter. He starts to smile. Then he takes his earbuds out and says, I think you should watch this one.
I move over to his computer. He uses his mouse to click on the video's play button. A girl appears on the screen. Hello, she says in a very serious voice. I believe my invention should be Sure Thing's next big thing. It's called the sibling silencer. I like the sound of that. The girl holds up something that looks like an oversized remote control. The sibling silencer is a great device designed to do exactly what it says, silence your sibling. Now, there's an invention that could come in very, very handy. Unfortunately, the girl continues, there are a lot of bugs to work out. Allow me to demonstrate. A boy walks into view. This is my brother, the girl says, gesturing towards him. Alan, please begin speaking. Hey, he says, what are you doing? Can I play? What's that thing you've got? Can I try it? Mom says you've got to let me play with you because I'm your little brother and you've got to be nice to me. If you don't, I'm going to tell. Click. The girl presses a button on the remote as she aims it at her brother.
Ruff, 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 arf, 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 meow, meow, moo, 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 oink, arf, the boy says. In the corner of the garage, Philo sits up straight and barks back. Woof! Thank you, Alan, the girl says. She gives him a cookie. Eating it, he steps out of the picture. As you can see or hear, the sibling silencer currently does not silence siblings. Instead, it reduces their speech to primitive animal sounds. With your help, I'm sure we can take sibling speech all the way down to silence. Thank you. She takes a little bow and the video ends. What do you think? Manny asked. I liked it when the brother talked like a dog, and a cat, and a cow, and a pig. That was hilarious, I say. But he could have been faking it. Maybe the remote control didn't really make him talk that way. Manny nodded. Yeah, I was thinking that too. We could ask the inventor to ship us the remote control and we could test it out ourselves. True, if she's willing to ship her invention to us.
She probably is. She trusts us enough to send the video of her invention, but in a way, it really doesn't matter whether the brother's faking it, those animal noises or not. I stand up and stretch. We've been looking at Emily's M video for quite a while. It doesn't? I ask. Why not? Because we can handle the technology, Manny says. The important thing is the idea, and I think the sibling silencer is a great idea. How would you know? You don't have any siblings. No, Manny admits, but I've been around our new vice president enough to know that a sibling silencer would be a pretty handy thing for you to have. She's right. He's right. A sibling silencer would be pretty sweet. Just about anyone with sisters or brothers would want one. Manny starts hitting the keys on his computer. What are you doing? I ask, emailing the inventor to tell her we're going to help her develop a working sibling silencer, he says. Wait, slow down, I yell. Shouldn't we talk about this a little more? So we talk, but we still end up at the same conclusion. The sibling silencer should be sure thing's next big thing.
I'm worried that I won't be able to figure out how to make it work, but Manny waves my worries aside. He's got all the confidence in the world in my inventing abilities. Too bad I don't, because I know the truth about the all ball. Still, I can't think of a convincing reason to say no, other than telling the truth, and once again, I've chickened out on confessing. So Manny emails the girl who thought of the sibling silencer. Her name is Abby, and she's thrilled. She agrees to send us her prototype right away, along with detailed descriptions of all the work she's done so far. Things are moving fast, too fast. We've got the prototype and Abby's plans, so I've been studying them. It was fun testing the prototype on Emily. What are you doing in my room? Get out of here. I'll tell Dad that you are arf, 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 meow, woof, meow, oink. I've made some progress, but I'm still stumped by some details.
And I'm really feeling the pressure. Manny's counting on me. Abby's counting on me. Sure Things Incorporated is counting on me. And siblings all over the world are counting on me, even if they don't know it yet. A few days later, Manny and I are working in the office. In the corner, I've set up a mini lab where I can run tests and do analysis. I'm trying out a few different approaches to a certain detail of the sibling silencer. How's it going? Manny asks, coming over to the lab corner of the garage. He doesn't come to this part of the office all that often. He's usually too busy with his computer. Not great, I mumble, concentrating on a few wiring configuration. But it's all coming together soon, right? The sibling silencer? I shrug. Manny holds up a printout of an email. Well, he says, maybe this will inspire you. What is it? I ask, taking the email. I read it and realize it's a letter from the producer of Wake Up America saying they'd love to have us on their show to announce our next big thing.
There must be some mistake here, I say as I continue to read. The date they're confirming is really soon. That's no mistake, Manny says. It's the perfect time to announce the new product. But we don't have a new product, I say, trying not to shout. We just have an idea, and I have no idea how long it will take me to turn the idea into something real that we can sell. Manny pats me on the shoulder. You're the genius who figured who invented the all ball, remember? I figured scheduling this announcement on TV would motivate you. I don't need motivation, I say much louder than I mean to. I try to speak in my normal voice. That's a lot of pressure on me, Manny, I tell him. I have faith in you, Manny replies, grinning at me. Setting a deadline is one of the best ways to motivate a creative genius. I read that in one of my management journals. Manny starts to walk away, but then he turns back. I'm pretty sure what he's about to say is the reason he came over to the lab in the first place.
Actually, he says, looking at the floor, we kind of have to have the sibling silencer soon. Why? I ask. Manny runs his fingers through his hair. Because I kind of poured a lot of what we made on the all ball into promoting the sibling silencer. Without the sibling silencer, the whole company could go under. Promoting it already, but it doesn't exist. You have to buy commercial time in advance, Manny explains, and the holiday shopping season is crucial to the success of a new product like this. Every business journal says so, he adds before he walks away. You need to steal Manny's business journals and file them away in the garbage can, I tell my hands. I know Manny well enough to know he's not that worried. He really believes I can pull this off. But how do you tell your best friend that his best friend is a big fraud?
Yeah, end of chapter 7. So a lot going on there. I thought it was really cool that they had kids send in inventions to, send in videos of their inventions. Have you ever had an idea for an invention?
I always had ideas of how to improve existing things, like making better erasers or better pencil sharpeners or, better things that I use every single day. But what about you, Kathleen?
Well, not really, but I'm interested in the sibling silencer though. I have an older sister and a younger sister, and when I was growing up, sometimes I wish they would be quiet.
Yeah, I had a younger sister, still have one, and we got along most of the time. But I think I would have used that sibling silencer a few times myself. But it takes a really strong person to be a leader, even in business. And it's great to read a chapter and to read about two kids who were really trying to change the world and help out their fellow siblings.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think I'm going to go now and read chapter 8, but it was great reading with you.
Yeah, definitely, Kathleen. I can't wait to read chapter 8 too, The Inventor Who Will Become a Zombie. So that's an interesting chapter. So I'm going to go grab my book and keep reading.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us today.
Bye.
Bye.